Imagine losing your car keys. Annoying, right? Now imagine losing a 2,000-ton submarine, packed with nuclear missiles. That is exactly what the Soviet Union did in 1968. They looked everywhere. Nothing. They eventually gave up and assumed the ocean ate it. But surprise, the US Navy found it, and Uncle Sam looked at those nukes and said, yoink. There was just one tiny issue. The sub was 3 miles deep. That's deeper than the Titanic. The pressure down there turns a human body into a Capri Sun pouch in about 1 second. You can't just tow it. You need to lift it. But if the Russians see a US Navy crane sitting in the Pacific for a month, they might get a little suspicious. The CIA needed a cover story, a really dumb one. They needed a guy who was rich enough to build a giant ship, but crazy enough that nobody would question why he was doing weird stuff in the middle of the ocean. Enter Howard Hughes. Think of him as the 1970s Elon Musk, but with long fingernails and a fear of germs. The CIA asked him to tell the world he was mining for manganese nodules, which is basically just fancy talk for ocean rocks. And the media bought it. They were like, oh, that crazy Howard, probably building a hotel for dolphins. Ha ha, perfect cover, right? So they built the Glomar Explorer. This wasn't just a ship. It was a floating fortress with a secret moon pool in the belly. The plan? Lower a giant mechanical claw 3 miles down on a pipe string, grab the sub, and pull it up. Essentially, the CIA spent $800 million playing the world's hardest game of the claw at an arcade. 1974. The claw goes down. It grabs the sub. They start reeling it in. It's working. They are about to steal a Soviet warship right under the Russians' noses. But, just like every claw machine at a boardwalk arcade, it was rigged. Halfway up, the claw slipped. Snap. 2/3 of the sub broke off and fell back to the bottom, including the nukes. The CIA was left holding just the nose cone. It was the ultimate womp-womp moment. Eventually, the press found out. When journalists asked the CIA, did you steal a Russian sub? The CIA dropped the most famous non-answer in history. We can neither confirm nor deny the existence of such an operation. But the translation would be, we totally did it, but you can't prove it. And that, my friends, is why the government is the undisputed champion of gaslighting. Welcome to Archive America.